They say the calmest person in the room is the most dangerous. But what if that calm wasn't natural? What if it was forged in chaos, trained and sharpened like a blade? In the early 1600s, one man proved that composure under pressure could conquer fear, defeat chaos, and even decide life or death. His name was Miyamoto Musashi, and his secret system for staying calm became a legend. Picture this. A lone warrior steps onto a quiet island. The air is thick with tension. The tide is rising. Across from him waits Sasaki Kojiro, the finest swordsman in Japan. The duel is about to begin. One mistake means death. Yet Musashi's expression doesn't change. No trembling hands, no racing breath, just stillness. When the fight starts, it ends in seconds. Kojiro falls. Musashi walks away. History remembers it as one of the most brilliant duels ever fought, not because of skill alone, but because of what ruled Musashi's mind. Total calm in the face of absolute pressure. That calm wasn't luck. It was design. Musashi built it through a lifelong discipline that blended strategy, philosophy, and self-mastery. A system that, even centuries later, reveals how to remain unshaken when everything is on the line. Miyamoto Musashi was born in 1584, into an age when Japan was drenched in war. He fought his first duel at just 13 years old, and went on to win more than 60 without a single defeat. But beyond the sword, Musashi was a thinker, an artist, and a philosopher. His greatest victory wasn't over his opponents. It was over himself. In his timeless text, The Book of Five Rings, he revealed how mental clarity, not brute strength, determines success. At its heart lies a single truth. Fear is an illusion created by attachment. When you let go of the outcome, the pressure disappears. Musashi organized his philosophy around 5 elements: earth, water, fire, wind, and void. Each one represented a layer of mastery, together forming the secret structure of calmness. First is earth. This is your foundation. It's the discipline beneath the calm. Musashi taught that when the moment of pressure comes, you won't rise to the occasion. You will fall to the level of your preparation. He lived through endless repetition, training until even chaos felt familiar. To stay calm in a crisis, you must build steadiness in your daily life. The more you train your habits, the less you'll fear surprises. Next is water. This is adaptability. Be as fluid as water, he wrote. Under pressure, rigid minds crack, flexible ones endure. Musashi would change his rhythm, his distance, and his strategy in the middle of a fight, flowing effortlessly around opponents who couldn't keep up. Calmness isn't just about being still, it's about movement without panic. When life shifts direction, flow with it instead of resisting. Then comes fire. Fire is energy, but controlled. Musashi warned against letting anger or excitement break your rhythm. Strike calmly, he said. Power to him was useless if it was ungoverned. True calm isn't cold, it's focused heat. The person who can summon intensity without losing control wins every battle, whether it's on a field or in their own mind. The fourth element is wind. This is awareness. Musashi studied every fighting style in Japan, not to imitate them, but to understand them. Knowledge destroyed uncertainty, and uncertainty is what feeds fear. Calm people don't crave control. They expand their perception. They see the full picture, their opponent, the environment, their own heartbeat, and because of this, they act with precision. Finally, there is the void. This is the essence of Musashi's secret. It's that state beyond thought, where you and the action become one. No fear, no hesitation, no ego. Modern science calls it the flow state. Musashi called it the way. When your mind stops overthinking and your body moves naturally, pressure ceases to exist. You aren't just controlling the moment, you are the moment. Through years of isolation and meditation, Musashi trained himself to reach this state at will. He lived simply, often in caves, reducing his life to the essentials. He believed clutter breeds confusion, and that simplicity clears the mind. "Do nothing that is of no use," he wrote. "Every unnecessary thought or action weakens your calmness." In his world, simplicity was strength. Centuries before modern psychology, Musashi understood how the human mind reacts under stress. Today, we know that fear triggers the body's fight or flight response, flooding it with adrenaline. Musashi's discipline rewired that reaction. He practiced so relentlessly that chaos felt ordinary. The unfamiliar became familiar, and fear lost its edge. His calmness wasn't the absence of adrenaline, it was mastery over it. One of his greatest lessons was detachment. Musashi often arrived late to duels, deliberately unsettling his opponents. They would burn with anger while he remained composed. Detachment isn't indifference, it's power over your emotions. The calm person does not let others set their rhythm. When you detach from the outcome, you regain control. Another was observation. Under pressure, most people narrow their vision and panic. Musashi expanded his. He trained to sense everything: timing, sound, movement, even subtle shifts in the wind and breathing. "Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye," he said. True calm comes from an awareness so wide that nothing can surprise you. Then there was timing, the rhythm of all things. Musashi wrote that life and combat follow patterns, like music. Those who master timing master their destiny. He struck not when he wanted to, but when the world allowed it. Calmness means waiting for that precise moment, neither rushing nor hesitating. In life, mastering timing turns chaos into opportunity. At the heart of it all was self-mastery. The true warrior is invincible because he conquers himself first. Musashi understood that pressure doesn't come from events, it comes from within you. A calm mind is a trained mind, one that chooses its response instead of reacting blindly. The one who masters himself cannot be broken by circumstance. Together, these principles, detachment, observation, timing, simplicity, and self-mastery, form the architecture of Musashi's calm. They transform pressure from something to fear into something to use. To Musashi, fear wasn't an enemy, but a signal. It showed him where growth was waiting. As he aged, Musashi retired to solitude. In his final writings, he reflected that the highest form of calm is harmony with fear itself. Fear, he said, will always exist, but it loses its power when you accept it. Calmness is not about erasing fear. It's about walking beside it without trembling. Even now, in our age of noise, deadlines, and digital battles, Musashi's system feels timeless. Pressure hasn't changed. Only its shape has. Before your next big decision, your next exam, or your next confrontation, remember the 5 elements. Be grounded like earth. Flow like water. Burn with calm fire. Observe like wind. And move like the void. When pressure mounts, breathe. Detach from the outcome. Simplify what matters. Focus only on the moment you can control, and nothing else. The storm may still rage, but within you, there is quiet. That quiet is power. That quiet is victory. In the end, Musashi's secret wasn't about swords at all. It was about the human mind, the ability to remain centered while the world spins. True mastery isn't measured by what you can do, but by what doesn't move you. Calmness is not weakness. It's the highest form of control. So when you face your own battles, on a stage, in a meeting, or in life, remember the man who stood calm on that shore centuries ago. His weapon was precision, his armor was awareness, and his victory was decided before the fight even began. Because in every moment of pressure, the calmest mind always wins. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, consider liking this video and subscribing for more lessons from history. See you in the next one.